Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think this DuckTales episode is complete? Tiki here. Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here.
Jacob Boyle 2.
And Monkey 3.
And together we are the Duck Crew, a Whoo Hoo. Yeah, because we've been saying that all along, right, guys?
Yeah, yeah.
The whole time.
That's totally what we were saying.
The whole time we've been saying Duck Crew. I'm inventing a new Mandela effect.
The McDuckla effect.
Oh, God, yeah. Jacob, what were you saying?
It's like, you're fibbing.
Yeah. All right. Welcome, everyone. We are here to discuss DuckTales Season 3, Episode 4, The Lost Harp of Mervana. We got Claude Karinga in the comments here. I'll address Claude's question right up front. Do you think DuckTales will get a 4th or maybe a 5th season? Honestly, Claude, unless the creators pull an Alex Hirsch situation and do like a Gravity Falls, like we cannot tell any more of this story, we're done. And I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to get at least 5. At least 5.
I mean, very few shows get a 4th season treatment on here. So, I mean, and the few that did were lucky to do so. And very rarely do they ever go to 5. So, I think 4. I think we'd be lucky to at least get 4.
Well, I think very few shows are DuckTales, but you're right. We'll go for 4. 5 will be a stretch goal, but I'm confident we can get to 4. Let's see. He says he loves the Little Mermaid reference. Inhuman Quake does as well.
Yeah, that was fun. Like, I mean, it's not the Lobster Mobster, but hey, there's still time in the show. There's still a run.
Oh God, the Lobster Mobster is going to be like the big bad Thanos at the end of the
or even it could just been like, I don't know, he's like just some shot of like they have some lobster with a hat. I don't know. Like,
well, Donald threw a lobster and there's a. Oh no, it was not Donald. It was the Dewey, but so we got close.
Yeah. Tiki, I apologize in advance, but maybe because if this is going to be like the other seasons where the season ends in a big crossover battle, then maybe the Mervana people can bring dinosaurs that they unfroze, and someone like Louie, I don't know, is like, why would mermaids have dinosaurs?
Hey, it would be a deep cut Disney Afternoon reference, man. I'd give them credit for doing the research.
I mean, they already had Bubba, so it's not too far off.
Right. Claude says Jodie Benson should have voiced one of the mermaids. Yeah, I kind of agree. That would have been fun. I was just
going to jokingly say she should voice one of the dinosaurs.
Oh, God. That would be even more fun. But she should do it like George Clooney and not have it be her voice at all. Just have her be like, roar, roar.
Ah, yeah.
George Clooney is Stan's dog in South Park. All right. So, guys, what do you think of the episode?
It's a good one.
It was fun.
Yeah, I had a good time with it. I'm not over the moon about it. I think it's a pretty good middle of the road DuckTales adventure.
Yeah.
I
don't think Bella was over the moon about it either.
She can't say the F word, fish.
Yeah. They never do say why she's so afraid of fish.
I think it's supposed to be like one of those irrational hatred things.
Well, I think she kind of explained it in the dialogue where it's just like they're slimy in the texture of them, and honestly, I kind of tend to agree with that.
Okay.
Fish is technically my least favorite food group, so I kind of agree.
Fish are friends, not food.
True. I mean, I can agree with that.
Yeah, Claude Karinga just wants us to shout out Retta, who voiced the harp. That was a really fun concept for a character.
Yeah, I wonder what are the odds that the correct or she's fibbing, or what are the odds those will become memes?
Yeah, I could see it.
Yeah,
quite possibly.
Or it's God. Now I'm just flashing back to that old Hey Arnold bit where the grandma's dressed as a pirate and going, making it up.
Oh God, that's a good pull. That's a good pull. Oh God. Oh dear. Okay, I thought the episode was solid. I think that the best part about it is that every character had something to do.
Yeah.
Which
Arnold
I know
actually got to come along.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're kind of speaking my language. That's kind of the long and short of it. I'm glad that Donald actually had something to do, and he had an amazing moment with his anger.
Donald finally attained inner peace.
Peace and love.
And then it's like,
that moment of him just with that huge smile sitting up, like that's easily the biggest laugh in the episode.
It's like that chili you say we love? It's only just okay.
Eyes open. Yeah.
And then he's like, just the look of fury on his face before he goes all angry. He's like,
yeah.
He's like, forget all this. It's just like, you insult my chili, that's it.
But I love how it's like he doesn't take his anger out on the nephews. He just it's basically just like a trigger of like it kind of snaps him back to reality almost.
Yeah.
It's almost like anger is Donald's spinach.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's how he focuses his anger or keeps the stuff he's been doing with his anger management guys, like to focus it on protecting the nephews.
Yeah.
That's actually a good kind of way to do that. except in this case, they're the ones that made him mad. Insulting his chili by saying it's just.
I know, unblocking a chakra or something in reverse. I don't know.
Right. So Inhuman Quake asks if we're going to meet Daisy next. Inhuman Quake, I wouldn't be surprised if Daisy's coming up.
I don't know if the summaries are released yet, but I can check to see an upcoming episode.
I don't know. We'll see.
You guys can continue.
Yeah, Inhuman Quake has an interesting comment here. He says he wants to like Donald and Della more. Can't wait to see Della's reaction of Daisy. That'll be funny, yeah. Inhuman Quake, I'm actually curious. I really like Donald and Della. They're honestly, their dynamic is probably my favorite dynamic in the show. I want more of it, and maybe that's what.
Yeah, we haven't seen a ton of it.
Yeah, but I love what I've seen of it, though. So, so in Inhuman Quake, I'm curious if there's something that they could like tweak about it, or is it just that they aren't showing enough of it? I'm curious. Claude Coringa says 2 of the Teen Titans are mermaids.
Yep.
That was fun, but I must admit the Starfire voice was a little distracting.
It's like the funny thing is I didn't even realize that was Hynden Walsh. I recognized Greg Sipes, but not Hynden Walsh.
I was the exact opposite. I totally recognized Starfire, but the other guy, I was like, oh, it's...
I didn't realize it was either of them, but the name I recognized right off was Hynden Walsh, so...
Yeah.
In the credits.
But if we have all 3 covered. But I've heard Greg Sipes had enough stuff to recognize when it's him.
What was this? So you get these mer people with their problem-free philosophy. I call it Hakuna Mervana. You're welcome. Anyway.
We have a commenter, Majed Spanik. I'm sure I'm butchering your name. I'm sorry about that, but he's saying that Daisy is in the next episode, so that's exciting. That's exciting.
Named Louise 11.
Oh shoot, Monkey! I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I'd heard she was going to show up at some point.
Yeah, my bad, folks. If you in the comments, Monkey is kind of spoiler sensitive. If you could keep that in mind.
Well, that doesn't spoil how she shows up.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I'm guessing it wouldn't be as big a reveal as Goofy's was.
Mm-hmm. Or the Rescue Rangers, for that matter.
Right. Let's see. So, Nihilist Webby, that's something I didn't know I needed.
Let's talk about that, because I think that was the most interesting part of the episode. All the hippie mermaid stuff, I could honestly take or leave. I think the best part of the episode was the Webby stuff.
Well, there's a world where mermaids and grandmas are liars and good people don't exist.
It's like,
it's like you can honestly sort of relate to those feelings, to having those feelings at some points. But and of course, it's funny to see Webby of all people going that route.
Especially after she was like so over the top positive in season 1 throughout like most of season 1.
And I like Beakley's rationalization of it. Like, I kept her in a mansion for 10 years. It turned out well.
Yes.
But when you think about that, man, like that's some Harry Potter shit right there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not abusive like Harry Potter, but it's still like I don't know. There's something up with that. There's something up with like that is exactly why Webby is as eccentric as she is because of the 10 years in the mansion thing.
Yeah,
that's a really fascinating layer of her character, I think.
And as she pointed out, it's a wonder she didn't end up with a Scottish accent.
Yeah, it's like what was it? It's a good debate that point that Louis and Beakley have where you get both sides of it, like her optimism is her strength. I don't want to worry her or whatever. It's like, but you can hide it from her or something.
I like how they didn't like actually say like they point out like both times have their time and place.
Yeah,
it's like there are times to be positive and times to be realistic.
All right, Claude says he's still waiting for Pete to show up. Claude, I'm with you. Can't wait to see Pete if we get to him. Let's see, guys. Do you want to speculate on the great cliffhanger we got at the end of the episode? That she's fibbing.
Let's see, secrets.
I mean, she's a spy, so she probably has a lot of things she's not telling Webby.
Yeah, maybe she's a double or triple agent,
or she said
foul or something,
or she said couple of episodes. I am not a spy.
Ooh, I like the idea of her being a triple, like a double agent for Foul, or basically the idea where she's infiltrating Foul and getting information, probably not even with Scrooge knowing, like doing it on the side on her own, because she's more in the know about Foul than Scrooge even is.
Yeah,
that'd be my speculation.
Maybe she was. What if she was originally Foul before going to Shush?
That'd be interesting.
Oh God, comments are going wild here. Webby is adopted. The secret is Webby's mom is a villain from Darkwing Duck. I like that. By the way, hi there, Pink Pearl. Nice. Glad you could join us. Don't worry about being late. It's all good.
The secret is Soylent Green is Duck.
Oh God. Webby's parents are part of Foul. That one I actually like. That one I could actually see. Let's see. Beakley knows about Webby's parents and what happened to them. All good guesses, guys. All good guesses. Even the villain from Darkwing Duck would be amusing.
Beakley was Dewey the whole time.
Oh God.
There's a twist.
Okay, so those are all good guesses. Webby's parents were killed by Foul. Yeah, again, good guess. All right.
Webby's parents were killed by Beakley.
Oh man, that'd be dark. Jesus, monkey. What do you think of the we talked briefly about the Harp, but what do you think of like the whole how the episode centered around like the truth?
That was nice.
Pretty interesting. I mean, basically it was more like basically it was hammered more in like don't run away from your problems kind of thing though.
Right. There was that line towards the end about like, it's not to make you feel bad, it's just hard truths to help you succeed.
All right. We got a comment from someone I don't really recognize, but welcome if this is the first time you're joining us. Morgan Wenninger. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that last name, Morgan, but they say that I love that Louis didn't want to lie, but he was also doing it to protect her, and then he learned from her, and he was the one to snap her out of the depression. That was incredibly sweet. Yeah, I'm really digging the Louis and Webby dynamic this episode, and of course, through DuckTales, most of it has been Louis and Dewey and Webby. So that was a nice kind of change of pace.
There's been some like Louie Webby in the past as well, but yeah, this is one of them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Louie's also the one who kind of gets to the ultimate, I guess, message of it, like of how like when he's talking for the Mer people as well, about how like, the king became a monster, but you're not the monster. You built a society based on truth. That idea of like, say, despite the difficult past of still living your life based on the ideals on the good ideals.
Yeah, very much so.
Today, DuckTales does religious commentary or something.
No. Well said, Monkey. Well said. I'm just trying to keep up with the comments here. You guys are firing on all cylinders with your theories. Let's see. I mean, does anyone even want us to talk about the weird stoner mermaids? In the comments, do you want us to talk about the stoner mermaids? Let me know, because I honestly don't think there's a lot to say about the stoner mermaids.
Yeah, I feel like there's more to say about just that.
I think it's like a jab at hippies.
Well, yeah,
it clearly was a jab at hippies. Yeah.
I feel like what is it? Like
I love how Scrooge. I love how Scrooge is basically saying it's like that. They told these hippies to work hard and get their job. Now, hard after my own heart.
Yeah, just found her place, telling shiftless hippies to work hard and get a job.
All right,
I feel like there's more to say maybe about Scrooge's reactions to the hippies than
Scrooge's reactions to the hippies are fun.
I
mean, I will admit that seeing Donald in such a zen-like state is probably the highlight of that storyline, and just props for including Donald in this episode in general.
Namaste. And of course, it's funny when they're flopping on the surface like fish.
Because they don't have, because they can't. It's like, I mean, that's kind of what would happen if two people that just basically never walked on land suddenly went onto land.
Yeah.
Well, do you guys remember the detail from the Hans Christian Andersen Little Mermaid about what happens when they walk on land for the first time?
Not really.
Ooh, it's pretty brutal. It's basically
Is it the stepping on swords thing?
Yes.
I thought that was just something that the Little Mermaid gets as part of the bargain. Like okay, you get your voice, okay, you get the legs, but you lose your voice, you're walking, it feels like you're walking on swords the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it might be part of the bargain, but just the way that Hans Christian Andersen describes it is, it really stuck out for me. Yeah. Ooh. Anyways.
Yeah, just like in the Disney movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Was anyone else thinking initially that the Ducks wanted to take the harp with them, or that was the goal?
You know what? I was kind of excited towards the end of the episode. I was sort of excited at the prospect of the harp becoming like a secondary character, kind of in the way that Manny was.
Manny the talking man. Manny the walking man horse.
But seriously, it would be fun to have the harp just around the mansion every once in a while, just to throw in for a gag. Like, he's lying.
Okay, yeah. Now, what would a mashup or team up of the harp and Duckworth's ghost be like?
Oh my God! You see, that's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Duckworth's ghost and the harp could have like the most swooping yet terrifying romance of the century. It would melt your heart and then give you nightmares at the same time concurrently.
God. Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh God! All right.
I think the goal was on. I think based on the goal, like they're like trying to find this stuff and more than actually.
Yeah. I didn't realize that until the end, of course. Yeah.
Like they're basically trying to solve all these mysteries, and if they can find. Yeah. I'm sure if Scrooge had found something to take with him, he probably would have anyway.
Yeah, like the lamp. I don't know. Or no, wait. Maybe they didn't keep the lamp.
After all the trouble they caused, he probably just tossed it aside.
Yeah. We know Fowl has the third eye diamond, which I didn't realize until like seeing the end of the first one again. Because like third eye diamond. Oh wait, that was the thing that was powering the intelligence ray.
Yep.
Morgan has a point about Louis never lied to Webby, and that's very true. That's very true. Good point. Let's see.
He has that on Beakley.
Yeah, exactly. Claude says, I thought Fowl was going to steal the harp, and that's honestly kind of what I thought was, or something like that. I don't know.
What if Isabella Finch was part of Fowl?
Oh man, Fowl is just a really interesting layer to the season, honestly.
Or like she was working again. Either she's again, because they're interested in her journal too. So either she was against Fowl, or there's multiple things that she could.
Beakley is Finch.
Oh God. So many Beakley theories. Hashtag Beakley theories.
There are 22 Beakleys.
Seriously, guys, at my Twitter, hashtag Beakley theories. Let's get this hashtag started so we don't have to go on forever about the Beakley theories.
Yeah.
So it's entirely possible that Isabella Finch either had some kind of relation to Fowl, like she's a defector from Fowl. She always worked for Fowl, or she was against Fowl from the beginning.
Or much like my theory about Beakley, she was like you said, Jacob, she was infiltrating Fowl. Yeah, you mentioned that. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine. That she was. I mean, heck. Well, technically, I guess that Fowl wouldn't make sense because Scrooge bought it when he was bought the book when he was a kid, and Fowl probably wasn't even around back then. So that probably kind of tears that apart.
But what I like about the presence of Fowl this season is that it essentially gives us a Hydra. You know, it gives us a crew of villains where we could be second guessing any number of the villains. And remember, a lot of our memorable characters, like Glomgold hasn't shown up, Ma Beagle hasn't shown up yet.
And like Hydra, they're within McDuck Enterprises.
Yeah, exactly.
Are we going to get a scene with Beakley in an elevator with a bunch of Fowl operatives?
That's what I'm saying, Monkey. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Could this season lead to a spinoff of after Goslin shows up this season? Yeah, Inhuman Quake, I think absolutely the second phase in the say it with me, gentlemen. The Disney Afternoon Cinematic Universe.
I think people have called it the Disney Afternooniverse.
I like that. Okay, the Disney Afternooniverse. That actually makes more sense because it's technically not cinematic.
Yeah.
I definitely think that the second phase will be a Darkwing Duck show for sure. I don't think anything else makes sense.
I mean, the creators of the show have admitted, specifically Frank Angones, that specifically mentioned to be a huge Darkwing Duck fan.
Uh-huh.
He once even dressed up as Darkwing for Halloween when he was a kid.
One more Beakley theory?
Yes.
Webby's real father is Doofus Drake.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, Monkey, what's wrong with you?
I don't know.
Oh, God. Oh, man.
I ain't touching that with a 10-foot pole.
One of the few characters in this show that's actually worse than the 80s show.
And he's actually shown up in this season already.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
I think there's a Boyd episode coming up, so maybe he'll be back again.
Let's see. Claude says in the series finale, Launchpad leaves Duckburg and goes to work for Darkwing Duck.
Speaking of, where was Launchpad in this one, I wonder?
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed. Well, I guess just because Launchpad had a big centric episode that they kind of figured he would eat up screen time from a Della or a Donald this episode if he was there.
Yeah, maybe also because they have Della now, they don't necessarily need Launchpad to pilot the sub anymore.
When I first started the previous episode, you only crashed twice. I was kind of hoping it would actually be one of Launchpad's crazy adventures. The episodes with the mysterious girlfriends and everything.
Oceanica?
I still want to see one of those episodes for real. The Launchpad's mysterious past. Apparently he's also quite the ladies' man.
Oh yeah, I'd love to see a full Launchpad flashback episode. That'd be wonderful. even if it was just like a like an anthology, like 3 short stories of different adventures that Launchpad's been on, I think that'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, there's untouched potential there. Yeah.
Claude very much wants to see Launchpad's mermaid girlfriend, and that was kind of a missed opportunity this episode.
Yeah, well, I guess it was a different part of the ocean, probably.
I mean, I wonder how many sections of mermaids are there in this world?
Yeah.
I mean, well, like, technically, we could have asked Launchpad if there were mermaids.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, God.
Let's see. Maybe Launchpad helps Donald impress Daisy. That'd be fun. Launchpad is the wingman.
They're like another way to crash.
Inhuman Quake says, surprised we didn't see Fenton this season.
The season is still young.
Yeah, the season's still young, like Monkey said, and Lin-Manuel Miranda is probably busy within the Heights.
There's usually at least like 20 to 24 episodes in these seasons, so there's still a good 20 or so episodes left, or at least like 16 to 20 episodes.
Yeah.
So I'd be surprised if we didn't see Cabrera at some point. I mean, we need to see Gizmo Duck.
Gizmo Duck, Gyro.
Yeah, Gyro, it's like he's the character that like definitely came around the most, where I really didn't like him in season 1, and then in season 2 I really came around on him, and he's been absent so far. What's up with that?
Yeah, well, for all we know, the original one could be dead.
Yeah. Let's see how we haven't seen Mark Beeks yet, although no, Boyd's not with him anymore, so
Mark Beeks is another one where I've been kind of calling the long game with him being like a big bad at some point. And I think that this foul stuff could maybe be something that gets him in there.
Right.
He could be like a financier.
Let's see. How much did he... Wait, does he still have... I'm trying to remember. Does he still have Waddle, or did he lose it to, like, during the whole bet? Like, I think we may have seen him, like, doing something with the company in the Moonvasion. So.
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
All right, guys. Let's see. Gizmo versus Darkwing. That'd be fun.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they have a pre-established rivalry.
Yeah.
Jacob, do you have the episodes pulled up?
Yep. Just 1 second. Next week's episode is probably I think the one that Big Pearl was talking about. Louis the 11. Then after that is Astro. Then after that is Astro Boyd. Then the last one to be known as the Rumble for Ragnarok.
Ooh, okay. Oh man, a lot of theories going on, guys. A lot of people saying Darkwing and Darkwing Duck and Gizmo Duck. They want to see them get together.
We haven't seen Jim Starling again since he became Negaduck.
True. That's something looming on the horizon. Of course, we always kind of end out these podcasts with like just broad spectrum speculation.
Okay, fuck it. If we're talking looming on the horizon stuff, Webby still hasn't used that thing of gummy berry juice.
You're right. Inhuman Queek says Mark Beeks is basically Justin Hammer from Iron Man. I always got a Mark Zuckerberg from the Social Network vibe of him, but that's I could see a little bit of Hammer too.
He was the Mandarin the whole time.
All right. So. Sorry, guys. Anyone in the comments? Do you guys want us to talk about anything else in the episode in particular? Because I feel like we're kind of lost steam on the actual episode here.
Hey, pretty much talked about all that needs to be talked about.
Yeah. So if anyone in the comments has any other highlights, by all means, now is the time to shout them out. Mark Hamill should guest star on DuckTales. Yeah, that'd be great, Claude, for sure. I'm trying to think of a character he could play. Mark Hamill is the Cheshire Cat.
Ducks in Wonderland. That could be fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Who knows? Maybe he could do the Phantom Blot.
Retta's performance.
Oh yes, him as the Phantom Blot. Yes.
Like James Marsden does the disguise, but Mark Hamill does the actual Phantom Blot.
Was it? I was rewatching that first Funzo's episode like the other day, and it's like, and was it when the Beagle Boys steal the mascot's uniform or costume? So did they see that it was the Blot? Which means they overpowered the Blot.
Oh God.
So Claude's also asking about Retta's performance.
Nice.
Yeah, you guys have any thoughts on that? On the voice performance of the Harp? I thought she was a lot of fun. She added a lot of goofy comic relief to the episode.
I mean, I have no prior connections with Retta, so I thought
I don't either, honestly, Claude. So you might want to fill us in on who Retta even is.
I mean, I liked what she did. I mean, like they played her. I was like, oh yeah, I'm telling you all this stuff, but that's just. I mean, she wasn't too overbearing though, which I can appreciate.
A lot of Phantom Blot fan castings here. We have Kevin Conroy as the Phantom Blot.
Michael Crawford.
I could see it. But yeah, Retta, I have no complaints about Retta as the Harp. But like I said, I liked her so much that I kind of wish that she'd stick around as a kind of a fixture of the mansion. But so that I think that kind of speaks praises to the performance.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see her again.
It's like right. They could do like probably what they do with the previous two seasons, bring her back for the finale and so.
Yeah.
Can we get any of the voices of the Crystal Gems to guest star in DuckTales?
Well, we already have one of the stars of that show in here already.
That's true.
Hey, Mikuchi's Webby.
And then I could see Dee Dee Mango as Daisy.
I mean, if they're doing that, they're probably going to stick with Tris McNeil.
Yeah, but I'm saying if they want to go outside the box with the casting.
I know.
Or I'm trying to think of who else, because Dee Dee Mango is definitely, or Estelle. Estelle would be another. And not as Daisy, but like as someone. I could see Estelle as.
Is Estelle the character name, or
no? Estelle is the voice actress for Garnet.
Okay, because like I'm just picturing Estelle Harris, Mrs. Potato Head.
Oh no! It's not Estelle Harris. It's a pop star named Estelle.
That'd be fun to have Estelle Harris on DuckTales.
It would be fun to have Estelle Harris on DuckTales.
As the Phantom Blot.
As the Phantom Blot. Yes. Oh my God, we nailed it.
She could be like Lula from Dave the Barbarian. Remember Lula?
Mm-hmm.
Never mind. I've had that show in my mind recently.
You're gonna go, Pink Pearl? Okay. I hope everything's okay, Pink Pearl. Wishing you well. All right, let's see. Claude Coringa says, Michaela Dietz says Goslin. My dream casting for Goslin, it's probably cliche at this point to even say it, but probably Kristen Shaw. I'd love Kristen Shaw as Goslin. I think she'd match the energy of that character really well. All right. Taurus Bulba. Jacob, do you know about Taurus Bulba?
Oh yes, he was like the first villain Darkwing Duck fought.
Oh, okay.
He was in Darkly Dawns the Duck.
Yeah, you see, guys, I'm not as familiar with the Darkwing Duck villains as I am with the DuckTales villains. So I know they're definitely sort of cross-pollinating the two series with that. So
he was actually in the original series voiced by Tim Curry.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it's his birthday today, by the way.
Oh, really? Wow.
Well, happy birthday, Tim Curry.
Happy birthday to you. I'm sorry, I'm not going to go further with that. That's my Tim Curry singing the happy birthday song voice. Happy birthday, dear Tim Curry. All right.
I'm the luckiest boy in all of England.
God.
Points.
Okay, guys, we're 35 minutes deep into this. I think we're just kind of fan casting and tourist bullying it at this point. So I think we should probably wrap it up. Any final thoughts from either of you two?
Not really.
It's another solid episode. Not top tier, but not bottom tier.
Yeah, I thought that the Webby stuff was really solid, as was all the Louis stuff and just basically everything connected. The Webby, Louis, and Beakley stuff, all really good. It was nice to see Donald. It was nice to see Della in the group. I didn't care for the hippie duck stuff, and I think next week's going to be a lot better. And honestly, with last week's episode being probably one of my favorites of the show, it was kind of hard for it to live up to that. So, yeah, just kind of a middle of the road episode, but not in a bad way.
Yeah, out of the 4 we've had so far, I maybe put this in number 3.
Okay, that's fair. All right, so thank you guys so much for joining us. We will be back next Sunday, and in the meantime, Whoo Hoo!
Whoo Hoo!
You're fibbing.
Correct.